Hey developers, today we're going to look at a really cool tool. It's called Quokka or Quokka.js. You can find it at Quokka.js.com. And this is a free Visual Studio extension, but there's also a pro one that creates a really cool Scratchpad for JavaScript. So I'm going to go over the features and show you how it works. And stay all the way to the end and check it out. All right, I have my system open here. I have Visual Studio Code open. And the first thing you need to do to install this extension is to look for something called Quokka.js. And if you go to here, you can see Quokka.js, and you just need to click install and then reload to activate. And it'll go ahead and install for you, which is perfect. So to get started here, there's a few commands. I'll go ahead and close the extension up. If I go ahead and go do Control-Shift-P, or if you're on Mac, I believe it's like Command-Shift-P, you can bring up the search. And from here, you can have a bunch of Quokka commands. Now, this is a live Scratchpad, but you can either open it on an existing either JavaScript or TypeScript file, or you can create a brand new file. So for the sake of what we're doing today and to save time, I'm going to just do a new JavaScript file. And you can see from here, here is the new JavaScript file. So let's take a look at a few features here. So first, I can type in const. Let's just create a variable, and we'll do an array, and we'll have some objects here. And we'll put the first one, name is Bob, and is awesome equals true. And first thing you can notice here is that if we do a console log Quokka, you can see right here inside the editor, inside Visual Studio Code, we can see what's inside the object that we have, and also lists it down here. So that's pretty neat. Okay, from here you can actually do // ? And it'll show you right inside the editor, and below it has this output of what the object is. You can even put expressions in here, so you can put this /**/*. It does the same thing, but you can write an expression in here, which would be interpreted. I'm not going to get into that, but that's another thing you can do. We can also do like this. Let's add another one of these. So I'm going to just copy and paste this on the next line. And make sure I have a comma. And I'll put this one as false. And I'll put this as John. And let's say we did another, let's take a look at a filter. And we'll just say return if val is awesome. You can see right here, I had a typo here. So you see Quakka is not defined. You actually have this gutter right here. And what this tells us is that this is actually correct. So we know that this green means that this is working and then this object is fine. But if we mistype something, it tells us right away with this red box that there's something wrong. So you could do Quokky, and now it goes to green, and we can know this is a correct statement. And obviously, it's constantly running, so we know everything's okay. Once again, I can do this, and I can see what the answer is without having to do a console log on it. What's more powerful about it too is it actually does promises as well. So so it's more than just a quick log, a quick console log. So if we do, let's say, my promise equals new promise. I don't know. We'll have a resolve, a reject, and then inside here, we'll just do a set timeout with a function, and then in the set timeout, we'll just resolve it with our res, and we'll return, I don't know, hi world, and we'll put it 100. Let's make it 1 second. Now, instead of having to test this out, you'd have to do my promise dot then, and then get the value, and then, I don't know, console log it out like this. which by the way, it automatically shows at the bottom that it worked. You can even do something better. You can just right here do our // dash or / question mark. And you can see it automatically shows you the then of it, which is pretty cool. So if we did, instead of resolving, we did a reject. You can see it through the catch right there. So that's really neat. You can see that it's working. There's also a hotkey for this, so if I didn't want to do it that way, I can do my hotkey, which I already put in here, is Control-A-S. Yep, so there it is. So I just did the hotkey, and that's another way to do it. So that's pretty neat. Also, I could just type something out like math.random. I'll just highlight this line and then do my hotkey, which I've already set up. You can see here, I'm seeing the output here. Once again, I don't have to do a console log on it as well. There's also this button right here. So this actually shows us anything that we console logged out or we did our view on, since we had our hotkey there to view it. Now it shows up over here as well. So that's really neat. Another feature, I believe this one is, so this is called live value display. That's when I can just highlight something and then see the value of it. The last one I want to show you here is you can actually import project files directly in. So we'll see if we can, it's basically a quick package install for you without having to go to the command line or do anything. So to do that, so I'm going to create a basic Hello World Express. So if I go const express equals require express, if I can type it right. So you see right there, it says cannot find module express. But if we put our cursor over it, we can actually install express package from the current Quokka file, or express package in the project. So if I click here, actually the bottom one, it says no missing packages installed. It says it went ahead and did it. Just took a second, but it actually went ahead and installed for me. So now if I do const app, so now you can see here at the bottom it shows listening. That's listening. So we can see if it works by just opening up our web browser, which I'll bring over here, and we'll look into port 5000. All right, so here it is. Hello world, Erik. So you can see here it's working. We have our server up and running, and we didn't have to install anything. It just does everything for us. One more thing. We actually can look at the performance. This is a pro feature, but we can actually look at the performance of something. So let's go ahead and we'll comment out our Express app here. And if we do this command again, but we put a dot at the end, now we can see how long it took for it to run. So it took 0.048 milliseconds to run, which is pretty cool. So now we can actually do like quick performance testing on any single function to see how long it'll take to run. So obviously, if we have a really slow function or something, we can test it to see how fast it takes, how fast it works. So that's basically Quokka for you guys. It's pretty neat. Like I said, it works in TypeScript or JavaScript files. This is just scratching the surface. It does a few more things, but this is basically it. So you can just real quickly get an idea of what you're writing, get console output at the bottom. You install packages really quickly. It's pretty awesome. If you guys have any questions on this, let me know. Leave a comment below. Also, if you guys are interested in this, I'll leave a link for this Quokka.js in the description so you guys can pick it out. Check it out. Like I said, it is absolutely free, but you have to pay for it if you want to have some of these pro features. Thanks. Take care.